You gonna help me film? Are you gonna film the video? Hi, I hope you're all doing well. Happy Catterday. I guess that's why you want to be a part of this. I wanted to pop on here and do a vintage pattern haul. Oh gosh, you don't do this for a while and you totally even forget how to speak. It's like, where do I look? What do I say? How do I? I wanted to do a vintage pattern haul. I went kind of ham to, it was kind of a celebration purchase that something I've been thinking about for a while. So it wasn't totally impulsive, but I will tell you kind of in the midst of this video what I was celebrating. But the haul was something that, like I said, I've wanted to do for a long time, and it's rather big. This all came from one seller, and I kind of combined three lots that she had, and I am just thrilled. This is something that I've wanted for such a long time, and I did have a few patterns like this. And you may wonder, well, why do you need so many patterns? Well, here's the thing. I have decided that I'm going to, now that the whole thing with Joann's is kaput, and I was actually told when I asked the lady at Hobby Lobby why they were putting their McCall's patterns on sale. I think they're $2.99 now. And she said that they're not going to carry McCall's anymore, but that Hobby Lobby is going to have their own brand of pattern. Now, this is also a very sweet lady that told me a couple of years ago that they were going to start carrying the big four for patterns. So take that with a grain of salt. I just thought I would relay it in case there's any validity to it. Not that I get any prize for that, but anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I thought that was really interesting, and I'm wondering, like, well, does Hobby Lobby have anything to do now with the purchase of the I don't know. I don't know anything about all that financial stuff, but the thing with the patterns is I have gotten way more into the vintage patterns. I think a while back I was posting several lots that I was getting on eBay, and oh, by the way, if you see little red marks, don't mind that. My arms are covered with bug bites. And so I'm going to be like long sleeves for a little while. Unfortunately, I got ravaged, and I only was outside for just a few minutes in my neighbor's yard, but I don't know if it was other mosquitoes that aren't from my yard, but yeah, I was only out there for a few minutes and I got ravaged. Anyway, so the thing with the vintage patterns is I love the styles, and I honestly think that this is just me personally. A lot of people may differ, but I think that the styles were more creative back then. And I think a lot of the stuff today, obviously they're making what the market likes. So a lot of people are probably very happy with the current styles, but I have more of a vintage preference for what I make. And I also thought, you know what? I'm 56 and I want to wear what I want to wear. And I thought I want to start doing, like, I want to make all the princess dresses. Why, you may say? That's so impractical. What a silly thing to do. Where are you going to wear them? Well, I want to just make them. And there is such a thing as having a hobby. And a hobby doesn't have to be something that needs everyone's approval. That's something that's so funny now with the age of the internet. It's like we have to get like permission, especially if you post online. It's like, well, why are you doing that? That's ridiculous. Like, what a silly thing to do, you know? And it's like, well, because I want to. That's why I'm doing it. And that's okay. And you can watch and you can laugh at me, or you can watch and you can enjoy. Either way. So I found these three lots, and I'm going to get into now after I've been yakking about 4.5 minutes. Also, I have a yummy drink. I'm trying this for the first time. It's got a little more sugar than I usually drink, but very tasty. Highly recommend. So I wanted to get into these, and I thought Maybe there might be some here that you might like yourself. Maybe you just enjoy seeing vintage patterns. Now, the thing that's going to also throw a lot of people for a loop is a lot of them are, well, the majority of them are bridal. But when you look at the silhouettes there and you just imagine that in a floral or a pastel color or a plaid or a different pattern for the bodice and then a different pattern for the skirt, these are all just dresses. They're just long dresses, and you could also make it like shorter. You can make it 3/4. Anyway, I absolutely love this kind of dress, this kind of with the nipped in waist and then the flowing. So there actually was 2 of those, different size ranges. This one, oh my gosh, like I'm going to say oh my gosh for a lot of these. Look at that. Now, again, these are kind of vintage, so the styles are a lot more floopy and swooshy and yeah, princessy. Am I too old to be a princess? No, I'm not. So, like, I can be the kind of princess that can wear a fancy dress and go out and dig in my garden, and that's fine. Look at that. Look at that one. That's a fluffy. Now, see, you could make something like this and use some thrifted sheer curtains from the thrift store and just get a bunch of the pairs of that, and then you'd have all that yardage for very little money. But I love that one. That one is a Simplicity 9100. I haven't been saying the numbers. Sorry about that. If you have any questions, just let me know. This one I love. Now look, see, you can see right here. This is this dress, but in a pattern. So yeah, you can just really just look at these dresses, and now you don't have to have the big bow in your booty if you don't want to, or you can if that's your thing. But I love this dropped waist silhouette. It's not quite a fishtail. It's almost got like a Victorian, look at that. It's got like a Victorian styling to it. So pretty. So that's that pile. The next pile, I mean, and this too, it's like, what are you going to do with all those patterns? This is, again, this is something that, yes, I sew for like a business, but I also just enjoy them. You know, I don't go out to the movies. I don't go out clubbing. I don't go out drinking. Like, this is a thing. And I really enjoy just, I know I'm a nerd, a sewing nerd, but I enjoy sitting and looking through the instructions and seeing how things are put together. And I learned from that. Like, I never went to fashion school. I was self-taught primarily, and also from my grandmother and my mother, who were avid sewers, sewists. Especially my grandmother. She could make hats, she could make fur coats, she could make suits that were tailored impeccably and lined. My mom was the type that, you know, you would tell her the night before a holiday, you'd pick out the fabric, and then the next morning she'd have the dress just like hanging on your door, all ready for you. Like, she would have been up all night making my dresses for myself and my sister. And so, you know, sewing is kind of in my blood, if you will. So I still enjoy just even looking at these patterns. That is so pretty. I love the color of this, where it's almost like a cafe latte color. So pretty. And that one is New Look 6031. And this New Look 6266. Love that. Love it. And I may not, now this one I think would be really pretty with like pockets in it. I mean, pockets are good for anything, right? Okay, get ready for this one. If you are a lover of lace and swoopy dresses, and you're gonna love this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can see the yardage. The yardage is, okay, you need 37 3/4 yards of lace. just to go around to do all that. 37 yards. Oh my gosh. So I don't know how quickly, I don't think I have 37 yards, and I have a lot of lace, but I'm pretty sure I don't have 37 yards. But yeah, I'm thinking like you could improvise that somehow. Maybe cutting up like vintage lace curtains or something. I mean, not anything that's like antique or anything, but you know, there's always those lace drape things that are at the thrift store. I don't know. That was New Look 6360. This is McCall's 5746. Again, I love this. Look at that peachy colored one. Oh, so pretty. Again, you know, you can change these in a lot of ways. You can even do it sleeveless. That would be so pretty. I love the way the back of that train is, you know, and you don't need to make a train like that one. That's just around her ankle length. This is New Look 6209. This, I believe, yeah, this is a top and a skirt. So you can even just make those tops and wear them with like jeans or other skirts. Very pretty. Yeah, I love that. And now this one I already had, so I guess I'll keep this one as like a spare in case I mess up the other one. But I had this pattern when it originally came out, and I have no idea, and I can't read it because I don't have my glasses. But, well, let's see if I can see it. This is from 1992. So I had this even pre my son. So this is style 2255. If that isn't a princess dress, I don't know what is. So pretty. And this looks, it kind of has that like Ren Fair kind of look to it. You totally make that in different colors. So pretty. And this is another style 2258. And that peach one, you know, minus the train. Oh, that's so pretty. So, so pretty. Again, getting some sets of like, you know, chiffon curtains, you know, those polyester kind of sheer curtains from the thrift store. You could do a dress in that, no one would even know. So that's that stack. Now moving on to, oh, one more. Style 2601. I would never really, well, I'm not going to say never, but I don't think I would be drawn to wearing white. By the way, my face is a little sweaty. It's pretty warm, but if I put on the air conditioner, you're not going to be able to hear me. And it's nearly dark out because it's raining. So, sorry. Love this. These are dresses. And the back, actually, look at that. With the back. With the trim and then the skirt. Like that, to me, that's almost medieval looking. Very pretty. Okay, then we're going to get into the main stack here. McCall's 5758. Wow. There's a lot going on in that one. Again, it's got another butt bow. But you can see, you know, you've got that same dropped waist silhouette. Then you've got it without the drop waist, like this one. And you can make that short. That would be really pretty. The neckline on it is so nice. The sleeves are quite something. Very pretty. McCall's 5804. This one. That right there. Ooh. That is so pretty. And look at this one. Holy moly. Yeah, it's quite a lot. But you know, I think this is like that dress company Selkie. The Selkie dresses that are like a big, I don't know, Instagram, online, big deal. You know, all those swoopy dresses. Well, when I was younger, when I was like a teenager, I was such a tomboy. I was like in, you know, the dirt most of the time, playing sports, you know, jumping my bike over ramps down the street. You know, I was totally not interested in getting dressed up. My mom would have to force me on Sundays just to get dressed up for church and try to look presentable. But I kind of missed that stage. Like, I liked everything like that, but I didn't have the kind of confidence to wear it, because I thought I was going to look silly because I was so sports oriented. And it's like, it's taken me, you know, years that I still love hockey. Hockey is like, whew, that's a big deal to me. But I still have that girly girl, you know, thing in me that now it's like I want to wear all the dresses. So that one, that's nice, but I'm not going to say I absolutely love it. That is a Simplicity 8865. I think you can make something nice with it, but I'm not going to say it's going to be my first one that I would reach for. This one though, 6543. New look. Oh, wow. This looks almost like the dress that I wore for my junior prom, except mine was like a pastel plaid. Sounds weird, but it actually was really pretty. I kind of wish I still had it. Yeah, I love that. This one has that like Victorian curtains kind of look to it. I love this. I'll put a stack up here. Then I've got Butterick 3945. This one is definitely older. This one's like from the 70s, I think. At least from the 80s. I don't know. Doesn't have a date on it. Butterick 3945, but very pretty. Very, very pretty. This one would definitely be like a crepe or a taffeta. So nice. And I got 2 of those. Then I have 2 of these as well. Simplicity, what is this? 5724. This is very nice. You can see the smaller pictures. And that one at the top, so nice. Now I don't know, no, you don't get the little hat, but you do get the veil. Why is the hat part of the veil? I guess I'd have to take it out and see. But anyway, I have 2 of those that I can play with. This one, I think this has been used. This is McCall's 3564. This one looks like it's all different bodices with the same type of skirt. So that's really nice to have all those choices. That is really nice. And again, I kind of bought these on faith. I'm not sure how complete. Some of them are uncut, but a lot of them have been used. So hopefully the ones that I decide to use are in good shape. This is McCall's 7186. This was a Priscilla. This is just really for the veils. So that won't be at the top of my list. This is Simplicity 9825. This one is definitely an older one. Let me take it out of the bag. Yeah, this one is a little bit worse for wear, but I do love it. Look at those sleeves. Oh, so nice. And the little kerchief is actually included. How cute. But yeah, again, you know, you get those sheer curtains from the thrift store and you can make a dress like that. So nice. This one, whew, definitely getting hot in here. This one is Simplicity 6888. I also love this so much. Definitely has that boho look. Be so pretty. Next one is McCall's 7185. These are pretty. I like the little jacket that they have over the top. That's pretty. And then you can see there's a slip dress. So nice. There is a few more left. Simplicity 5940. Love this. This looks like what my mom wore to one of her high school dances. Okay, I have to take a break. I'm like sweating. Okay. Next I have McCall's 7395. Very pretty. I love this shorter version. That would be so pretty in some of the floral satins that I have that I got when Joann's was closing. This is, oh, this is the same as one of the ones I just showed you. 2 of those. This one, wow, I even love the drawing. New Look 6205. Look at that. That's kind of hysterical. And New Look 6359. These are those like 80s kind of like wedding cake kind of dresses. It's kind of funny. But I think if you, if you did it like up to there and didn't put all the swoops at the bottom, that would be really pretty and wearable. Or you could do this and just, eliminate the sleeves and eliminate this swaggy thing and then just do the ruffles at the bottom. That would be pretty. And we got a few more. I love this. New Look 6361. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. So, so, so pretty. I love that. That is so Great Gatsby. Ooh, that's going to the top of my list. New Look 6541. There are a lot of New Look patterns. That is really nice. And I have to say, this one, this version right here, to make that on a heavyweight satin, that would be just so modern looking. I really love that. And New Look 6685. This one is very full and flouncy. That's a lot of sleeve. Yeah. And the last one is McCall's 6390. Very pretty. Again, I love that floral one. So nice. So that was the big pattern haul. I also wanted to show you, sorry if I hit the camera. I had gone by the fabric place that I have gone to since I was a kid, and I wasn't really going there for anything. I just go there periodically just to look around. And I didn't expect to see anything, but of course, even the cashier lady laughed. I said, I wasn't expecting to get anything today. She's like, yeah, sure. But I love their remnants because they, will price out stuff and then they just, have it hung up. And I thought this piece was just so nice. And this was $2.99 a yard. It's a really nice, soft, good quality quilter's cotton. So that was really pretty, and it already looks like it's been quilted, so I'm hoping to have enough of that to make a skirt, like a kind of long skirt. And then this, which I have never ever attempted to make jeans, but one day I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna be glad that I have this. This is a heavy, very rigid, serious denim. And this was only $3.99 a yard, and there were 2 yards in this remnant. So I'm not sure if I like the dark better or if I like the other side better. I have to see once I go to, of course I'm gonna have to wash it first. It is soft, even though it's a heavy weight denim. But I definitely would not just cut right into this. I definitely, if I'm gonna make my first pair of jeans, I would definitely make a toile of that first, because I would not want to waste this beautiful denim for such a good price. So Okay, so I forgot to tell you the big reason for my celebrating with that purchase was actually that I have opened a little booth in an antique mall and I'm very excited. I'm so excited. And I already, in a little more than a week, I've already had 4 sales and I'm so thrilled. I'm so thankful. I'm so excited. And I have been sewing and painting and making things like you cannot believe, and also finishing things. I had like one day I sewed for like 6 hours and that was only just putting on labels and making tags, and oh my gosh, it's been so much work, but I'm so excited. And so we'll see what happens with that. And if you can see here, this is one of the tops that I just made yesterday. And this is my own, it's not from a pattern or anything. And everything that I'm doing is, well, 98% of what I'm doing is like reclaimed textiles. So I'm very excited, and that's the reverse. And so, yeah, that's what I've been busy with lately. And I've been so tired, plus all the gardening I've been doing. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. Sorry I was kind of a sweaty mess. Thanks for sharing my kind of unorthodox princess pattern haul. So even if I make just like 1 or 2 of those, I'm just going to get so much joy. It's just going to be such a thrill. And the rest of them, who knows, I might end up selling some of them or passing them along. In any event, I hope you have a wonderful week, that you stay abundantly inspired. I love you, and you take care. Talk to you soon. Bye.